First is, what? What? So, because maybe, you know, quite a while back now, prior to the various movements that came out, a couple with, I'm sure, the best of intentions. However, it's so far out of hand now that I can promise you that no one is safe. Not one of you. Not one of you. Not anyone out that door. No one is safe as long as someone is willing to say one sentence. It takes one sentence, and then there's no more ground. Carpet's been pulled. But it's not just me, you know. This has happened to. It's happened to a lot of people. This type of thing has happened to women, men, children who've suffered from various types of unpleasantries that sadly at a certain point they begin to think that it's normal or that it's them when it's not. Nobody out there, we don't know what anyone's thinking at any moment. But I believe that, yeah, no one's safe, but I believe that if you are armed with the truth, then that's all you need. It doesn't matter if a judgment per se has taken some artistic license. No. When there's an injustice, whether it's against you or someone you love or someone you believe in, stand up. Don't sit down. Don't sit down on them, you know, because they need you.
Sí. Quizás sí.
Thanks.
Gracias.
What do you base yourself on? What do you guide yourself on to choose a character instead of another character? And then, for example, when you want to participate in or someone offers you a job, what criteria do you use with your heart or with your mind? What makes you choose one job or another to see which way you want to go?
Definitely, yeah. No, I understand. Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you. I've always relied on instinct or intuition and the initial emotion or the initial feeling or the initial spark or idea that might come from a character or any character in a screenplay. Just reading through the first time. Normally, what I do is if I can get past 10-15 pages, it's all right. If I can't, there's just nothing. It's just air. It's like drinking air. But when something in the character puts a barb or a hook in you, on some emotional level that you can relate to, or that you feel you could add to. So it's almost, basically, I choose the characters that I believe that I might have something unique to add to that particular character. And because they either fascinate me, the mind, or they dive inside your heart, you know. But they're all strangely intertwined, even, you know, from the worst, the nastiest, to Edward Scissorhands. There is some sort of monofilament that holds them all together, which is yeah, somewhere in the background, I guess, me behind the curtain. But I like I was saying earlier, sometimes you see a section of film or a couple of photographs of characters that you've played, you see like 4 or 5 there, and you go, oh my God, how they should have fired me a long time ago. Long time ago. Yeah, I consider myself very lucky. Thank you. Thanks.
Gracias.
Thank you. After the photograph of Minamata, after Minamata, and if you were offered now, for example, to portray Captain Jack Sparrow, how would you take the role? With illusion or with a bit of fear, or how would you feel about portraying Jack Sparrow again?
Well, here's the I suppose this is the positive side of having, in a strange way, given life to those characters like Captain Jack or whatever character that I was lucky enough to locate and bring to life. The beauty of Captain Jack Sparrow for me is that I can travel with Captain Jack in a box. Literally, Captain Jack in a box. And when the opportunity is right, I'm able to go and visit people places where the smiles and the laughs and the things that are important, the most important things in the world, are on the line. So I still travel with Captain Jack, and if I have the opportunity, whenever I do, I will go to these places. I'll go to somebody's house, man. I'll perform in your kid's birthday party at this point. But for that, I'm able to experience. I know what is a harsh proposition that people are looking. Sometimes there are children in hospitals, and you see such courage in their eyes, but you can make them dive out of. They can leave that for 3, 4, 5, 7 minutes and laugh and giggle and have a great time. And the parents who are normally standing there dying themselves because of their inability to help their child, if you can make them smile a little, laugh a little, forget a little, even if it's for 30 seconds. That for me is what Captain Jack Sparrow is all about. So if they came to me, let's not even think that. If there were, if I think that the people who understand or know or get or are touched or, you know, he's so ignorant that he makes you laugh. If they're moved by Captain Jack Sparrow in any way, I don't need a company to do that. I can just do that myself, and nobody can take that away. So that's the greatest pleasure of Jack Sparrow. As far as the cinema, as far as the films, well, we did what we did, you know. It was a kind of a strange, abrupt halt, but these are strange, abrupt times. So yeah, again, he's never going to leave me, and he's always going to be ready to go and say stupid stuff to make people laugh, to make them forget about the nastiness at times in life. And I mean that with every morsel, straight down to my black-hearted, weaselly-gutted soul. Thank you.
Gracias.
My question is, have you seen the industry evolve, if such is the case, and how do you assess that? How do you value how the industry is going?
Well, at this moment, myself personally, after being in the racket for 30 plus years now, and experiencing various things, learning really, you know, learning the game of Hollywood, just so that you would not have to play it. You could duck and dodge and dive through it. Hollywood is certainly not what it was, and they can pretend to be, but Hollywood, the studio system, the grudge matches, the pandemonium and chaos of cinematic release to streaming to, it is a case of no matter what, I'm gonna get mine. I mean, that's where these people are coming from. They realize that they're just as disposable as I am, you know. Some more. So large corporations take hold of these things. And from my point of view, as I wouldn't call myself an artist, but as someone who does take part in the creation of and the collaboration of making cinema, how much more formula do we need from the likes of studios? How much more condescension as an audience do we need with regard to, okay, folks, we're now going to hit you with the whole plot of the story every 20 minutes. I've said this for a long time. I think that Hollywood has grotesquely underestimated the audience. I think that I think the audiences, they will watch what they're given. They have choices, and they will watch what they're given, what there is to watch. I think the coronavirus and the pandemic, sending everyone into their houses, obviously had grave effects on many people health-wise, but small businesses or theaters and this and that. What it also did was it put people in their houses with their families for long periods of time with television that they could watch virtually any movie they wanted. And the majority of the world went, you know, this ain't bad. This ain't bad. We can sit and watch this thing at home. We can cook up some popcorn. We could do this. We could do whatever. As opposed to the idea of a guy who makes, you know, $700 a week, and he wants to take his wife and kids out to dinner and a movie on the weekend. That's a $200 deal with parking and the whole business or whatever. It's a big deal. So I think that the Hollywood movie machine has a few design flaws that they're just realizing. I'm glad I saw them coming, personally. Thank you.
Hi, Johnny. Congratulations for this Donostia Award, which recognizes an impressive career and that has made you so popular. I would like to ask you, who are you going to remember tonight when you receive the award this evening, which is so prestigious? Who's going to come to mind when you receive it this evening?
Well, first and foremost, the undying support of the festival. Everyone involved, Jose Luis, I mean, all the way to the town, to the mayor, for for not buying for not buying what has been for far too long a product of a portion of some notion of me that doesn't exist. And I was understanding if I thought it best that my presence here would offend people, that of course worried me, because I don't want to offend anyone. I haven't done anything. I just make movies. But everything in me knew that after having attended this festival, San Sebastian, for over the many years, 3-4 times, it's a place that I've always loved and respected for for being a real film festival, a proper film festival that's not about schmoozing, and it's about the films, and it's about the filmmaker. And for me to have been chosen to receive such a prestigious honor is very touching. It's very moving, and I'm super honored. I don't. Awards themselves are a strange beast. When it requires competition, I just don't like the idea of competition. I don't, myself personally, I never wanted to compete with anybody. I still don't want to. Everybody's just trying to do their best to get to tomorrow, right? So that just the mere fact that there was somehow, probably by fluke mistake, my name came out of the hat to receive this, and I am. It's something that I hold in high honor. I really feel humbled by it, and always happy to come back here.
Congratulations for the award. My question has to do with the characters that you portrayed throughout your career. What genre have you felt more comfortable in, or what have you liked least in regards to portraying certain characters? Thank you very much.
You just reminded me. Oh, sorry. I just said I'm sorry to a microphone. I have to go. You reminded me of something, a section of a question that the gentleman asked earlier about genres and things regarding cinema. When I was a little kid, silent film was very important to me because there was a public television station that showed all these incredible Chaplins and Keatons and Lon Chaney's. And then what replaced that as I got a little older were the black and white horror films, of course, you know, the Frankenstein and Dracula, Wolfman, all that. And so I was always a big fan of horror films, you know, and which was one of the things that Tim Burton and I, when we first met, connected on, these obscure horror films. So I guess what I loved about the horror genre was that one could hide behind the makeup, the mask. One could escape the weight or the gravity of who you are, of yourself, you know. It helps to put you in wearing prosthetic makeup or changing the way you look. It helps to take me further away from the novelty of my name, you know. It becomes this kind of circular, just continuous. You again. I'm constantly thinking about the character and where he may have gone wrong or where he may have done this or that. So, yeah, I feel far more comfortable hiding behind prosthetics or hiding behind a character than actually having to be myself. It's weird. When you get more comfortable in front of a camera as a character than you are on a train, something's gone wrong somewhere. Thank you. You're very kind. Thank you. I'm very honored. Yes.